We're back on Politics Tonight, and we got the politics of the theaters. Want to take a look at that. The Chicago Bar Association's laugh-filled show begins next week. As always, tackling big issues facing local and national politics. Joining me to talk about this, the producer of the show. He's been in the show a very long time, Jeff Marks. A couple of performers there, lawyers by day and performers by night, Mignon Martin and Larry Aronson. We're going to get to you guys and what you're doing here in just a minute. Jeffrey, you and I have worked, full disclosure, I used to be in this show.
You were a fantastic performer.
Those were the good days. But first of all, how long does this history go back, the Chicago Bar Association show?
This show goes back 94 years.
Wow.
The Chicago Bar Association has been sponsoring the show 94 years. It's been a huge deal in Chicago. Political, satire, social aspects. It is professionally done, and it has been done professionally for 94 years. We have professional directors, Jeff Award winners, set designers, you name it.
Choreographers, the orchestra, the conductor. Yeah, this.
Everybody is top talent.
Yeah.
This is really a professional type of a show, and that's why it's lasted 94 years. But it's topical. That's the thing.
Bob, it is topical, which means it's always current. I'm going to get to that in a second. But because it's been 90 years, that means this was going on, say, during World War II and during the wars. Now, there were not a lot of guys that were over fighting, whatever. The bar show took different looks through the years.
It did. It focused in on the support of the troops and things like that, but it never lost its political satires and the parodies. It's been the same way for all of this time period. Other things, you know, when things were happening here in Chicago, like the Chicago 7 trial, the judge of the Chicago 7 trial was actually sitting in the audience when the show was making fun of his trial. He got so mad, he got the Tribune and the Sun-Times to write editorials against the show. And of course, as you know, we're current. So what we do is that during the next performance, we said something in response to the Tribune and wrote a song that night.
Literally, this show changes every night, which means actors. You guys are lawyers by day. Mignon, what kind of law do you practice?
I'm in civil law. I'm actually a law clerk at the Daily Center.
Okay, so there you are working in the court system, right,
Yes.
over there, but at night you come alive as the performer.
Yes.
And how exciting is it to we're going to talk about the role you're going to do for us in a minute, but you're playing different political figures, other kind of figures who you might be seeing during the day or passing on the street.
Actually, that's been very interesting because I do see a lot of these people during the day when I'm in the courthouse. And so it's great to actually be in this position where I see these figures that I'm going to be playing in a couple of weeks.
Larry, what kind of law do you practice?
Patent law.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yep.
exciting. So I can see why. I would see why you want to sing and dance at night. Is all I'm saying. Now, if I look at you and I'm kind of like, who might you look at? Might you look like? I'm thinking, I'm kind of seeing a Rahm Emanuel thing here.
You are correct. You're kind of seeing Rahm, and I play Rahm in the show. So, and I've played Rahm for several years now in the show. Yeah.
And Mignon, you are playing.
Tony Preckwinkle.
Okay, so they'll both, and they may very well be in the audience, right?
That's true. We get the mayor, senators, you name it.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have some
Governors.
not happy. Yeah, governor, if they're still governor there. Well, all right, we're going to go to break, but what I want to do is I want to share a little bit of what you guys will see if you go to the show. It is open to the public, right?
It
Anybody
is.
can come to the
Yes,
bar show.
barshow.org.
We'll tell them again a little bit later on. But Mignon, Larry, you play, as you said, Rahm Emanuel. You're Tony Preckwinkle, the Cook County Board President.
Am I Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago? My aldermen go with the flow. And if Trump and his schemers should mess with our dreamers, my well-noted temper may blow. Our sanctuary will grow. Tell Sessions where he can go.
I'm Tony, yes, I'm Tony. My tax on your soul does at its end. I've lost all my old voters. Thank God Bloomberg is my friend.
We are back. We're talking about the Chicago Bar Association show. It happens every year. You can actually go to it, which is why we want you to know about it. Jeff Marks is the producer this year and has been for a long time, lawyer by day, but You love theater more than you like the law. I know that. We're joined now. We've traded out the other talent. We've got some new talent in here playing some different roles. Melissa Redondo, Chris Johnson joining us now. Jeff, this year, as you said, it's a very current show. We focus in on what's going on. I've taken a look at some of the numbers coming up. It's some I just want to talk a little bit about. For example, a song called Rant, which is based on Rent. That's right. You go after the late night folks.
Well, yes, but the late night folks obviously had a good run at Trump and the administration, what was happening. But unfortunately, they're not all currently having shows, some of them. And so we talk about what they do and haven't done in a funny manner.
And in a great Leslie Gore song, You Don't Own Me, which everybody knows I love that song, but boy, you take a look at the powerful women.
We do. We have the female senators talking about standing up now, particularly in this time period. And so we gave them a good, strong song to sing.
Not just national issues. You come home to Illinois. These are the folks who certainly might very well be in your audience, the folks who want to be governor. And so tell me a little bit about the song from Annie. We know it is Easy Street, but you're not doing it from Annie.
Well, we're talking about the wealth of the three candidates between J.B. Pritzker and Rauner and Kennedy. They are obviously extremely wealthy. So we kind of poke fun at them running for governor with their wealth.
I love it. I also want to ask, by the way, during the show, there's, let me come to you guys, there's live tweeting that's going to happen during the show, right, Chris? I mean, tell me, we're going to see some live tweets?
Yeah, there's going to be the actor who plays Donald Trump you'll see him typing across the screen. It'll be some parody tweets in the voice of our president.
But talk about tapping into what we see during the day. What kind of law do you practice?
I'm in healthcare.
Okay, and so as a healthcare lawyer, you get to do this at night. Is this a release? Tell me what it's like to leave the law office and go do this.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I come from a performing background. I used to perform professionally when I was younger, before I went to law school.
What happened to you?
Right, I mean, so it's great to meet a bunch of lawyers who also have performance in their hearts and be able to connect. And I've made some great friendships and connections. It's just a really great organization to be part of.
Chris, what kind of law do you practice?
I do civil defense.
Okay. You're a trial lawyer.
I am.
So performing is good. So what I want to do now, oh, by the way, the Bar Show, I should tell you about this because we're going to do another performance with you guys, not a song, a little performance. It runs from November 30th through December 3rd. And for more information, all you got to do, there's the information, go to chicagobar.org. Check it out.
Barshow.org.
Barshow.org. Okay. Oh, it does say that.
Barshow.org.
Okay. Script messed up. I said it wrong. All right. Barshow.org. There it is. If you're looking at your screen, you got it. So I want to share another segment from the Bar Show. Now, you also deal with political issues and social issues. One, I'll just put it out there, but Planned Parenthood comes into play. But you're not playing political figures. Indeed, you are Romeo and Juliet. Feel free to set us up briefly, and if you would, go ahead and perform a little bit.
That's correct. So this is a scene that kind of sets up a song about Planned Parenthood called The Womb Where It Happens, based on the song from Hamilton, The Room Where It Happens. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Fair Juliet, forgive me. I was auditioning for the Verona Community Theater production of West Side Story.
I'm not sure you're quite right for that role, but I've received some bad news about our local Planned Parenthood.
Juliet, remind me, why did we contact Planned Parenthood?
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou brains, Romeo? The last time we consummated our love, you insisted we proceed without protection.
But Juliet, we had protection throughout. Did you forget the bodyguard at the bedroom door?
And this is why we are seeking the aid of Planned Parenthood.
Alas, I am one who is loved not wisely, but too well.
You can say that again.
Alas, I am one who is loved
All right, got it. As I was saying, I've received some bad news. The local Planned Parenthood office has closed, and we will not receive the benefit of its assistance.
Oh, woe is me. Why did this happen?
It would be for the best if I let Cecile Richards explain.